Okay, so I've just done a few more petals there and I'm just finishing off the 5th petal. So this last stitch will be where we did our slip stitch to join the pink. I'm going to start off with the treble crochet. Then the double crochet. And then the single crochet. Like so. And then what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to just go through that next stitch where we started our first petal and do a slip stitch, and that just brings the curve down to complete the last petal. There we go, we have our little flower. Just tighten that middle because it's... Okay, so there's our flower, and all I've done is I've just hidden the tail pieces. Now what we're going to do is we're going to get our green yarn, and then you're going to cut probably about that much. No, probably about that much actually, because we have some to work with then, like so. And then what we're going to do is we're going to sew this just to the back of the flower in the neatest way that you can. So we have our stalk piece of the flower. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're actually going to sew on his little beak. So first things first, we'll just put our flower to the side. We'll get one piece of our tail yarn of our beak. I'm probably going to line it up fairly close to the eyes. Put it through that hole there. On one side, make sure you get the right side. And then the other one, I'm going to put through 2 holes along. Like so. You can see that there. And what we're going to do is turn him inside out just slightly and tie a knot. Not as tight as we've been tying before, just enough to keep it in place. Then I'm just going to trim that. Put that over there. That just roughly keeps it in place so we know where he's positioned. And what we're actually going to do now is get some more orange yarn. Probably a good length of yarn. But we're going to start to sew his little beak into place. And the neatest way of doing this is we're coming in from the back, like so. And I'm just going to go across like so. Might have actually got a little bit too much orange yarn to work here with, but never mind. Come through again. Like so. So the top of his beak's really firmly in place. Now what we want to start to do now is to actually hook our little flower under his beak, like so. And of course it's going to be top heavy, but we don't need to worry about that. Just want to make it short enough so the flower's about there, but long enough so you can work easily and see what you're doing. So by keeping that into place, I'm just going to carry on sewing around his beak, sewing that flower stalk into place. Just make sure that stalk stays inside his beak, and finish that on the inside, like so. Now you can see we've sewn the flower into place, and we can just pull it through if it's a little bit too long. And all we need to do then is trim the end of the flower stalk, and then tie up any loose ends on the inside. And there he's almost done. So all we need to do now is to stuff him and then close him up. Okay, so we've got our toy stuffing. So I've got a good handful of our toy stuffing. And then I'm just going to fill him up like so, making sure that's on the outside. And I always do it in small pieces at a time because this prevents him from getting lumpy. Okay, I think that's enough. And all we need to do is get our crochet hook and close him up. So now this will be round 15 of the body part, and we're going to do one single crochet in the next stitch and then a decrease. So we finish on 12 stitches. So we need to work 18. So do 1, then I'll decrease, 2 and 3. And 4, 5 and 6. Pushing the stuffing down as you go. 7, 8 and 9. For your decrease. 17 and 18 for decrease. That should leave us with 12 stitches. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. We can always add a little bit more stuffing if you don't feel he's full. And now we're just going to do single crochet 2 stitches together all the way around to bring him down to 6 stitches. Just do 1, 2, decrease, 3 and 4 for decrease, 5 and 6 for decrease. This is where it starts to get fiddly. 7 and 8. As you can see, I sort of flatten him when it gets harder because it makes it slightly easier. 9 and 10. Decrease. like so. That leaves us with 6 stitches, like so. And the best thing to do now is to just sew him closed. So what I'm actually going to do is pull the remaining yarn through, like so. Just get the end of my hook, give him a poke, and then get my yarn needle. Like so. And what I'm actually going to do is go into the next stitch and then the one after that. To do a decrease. Then I'm going to go for the next stitch and the next one, like so. As you can see, it's slowly, so it's almost like a tie string. The next one and the next stitch. Oops. Like so. And I think that's nearly done. Okay, so we're just going to do one more for luck. So it's just like a drawstring, not a tie string. Just sort of fairly neat way to just close up the remainder. And what we need to do now, this is the only piece of yarn we've got left on the outside. So what I'm going to do is, it's a little trick, which actually creates a little bit of shaping on the body as well. I'm actually going to thread the needle through just under his wing, like so. Like so. And then you're going to go through there, over to the other side, under the other wing, like so. And then just pull him in slightly, like that, and it creates a little dip under his wing. And to do the same for this side, we're going to go back through. Like so. Just pull him a little bit tight just to create that, you can't see, helps if keep it in camera view. So it's gone through to the other side and just pull it to create that little dimple under his wing like that. And then I'm just going to go back through and up through the bottom. And this is a great trick for hiding your yarn inside your project. Then what you do is just squash your project down and pull up, keeping that taut. Just trim like so, let your project bounce back, and then your finished yarn is hidden on the inside. So there we have, just give him a little bit of shape. He's got his little dimples either side, and there we have our little bird with a flower, all ready to give as a present. Tweet tweet. I hope you enjoyed that little project, and hopefully I can see some of your work as well if you make any little birds. You can join me on Facebook at facebook.com/happyberrycrochet, or you can go to my website www.happyberry.co.uk for lots of free patterns. And I'm also on Etsy as well, so and Ravelry as well, so you can track me down over there as well. Okay, have fun, bye!